I'm Gloria Strode and welcome to Straightforward. Today we're going to have an awesome conversation with my great friend, Dr. Shikha Shah. Welcome, Dr. Shah.
Thank you, Gloria.
Well, we are going to talk about a very sensitive subject. Many families have experienced it, and it can be very traumatic, very stressful.
That's right.
And so we are going to talk a little bit about Alzheimer's, what those signs are, what that illness is, and how the community can help. So share with our audience. Of course, you are a family physician, so you're always working with families, and you're actually a part of the Alzheimer's Association. You're on that board.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And so we are having a lot of great events this month that the community can be a part of, because that's the way you all raise money to support.
Right.
But let's start with what Alzheimer's is.
Okay.
How do we recognize it? What should we be looking for those of us that have either older siblings or older, your parents are getting older?
Okay. So Alzheimer's is one of so many different types of dementia. Okay. It's a slowly progressing dementia, and it really affects your memory, it affects your thinking, and it affects your behavior. Wow. Okay. They're out of all types of dementia, 60 to 80% of cases are of Alzheimer's dementia.
Really?
Yeah.
And so it affects not just your memory, your behavior.
And thinking.
And your thinking.
It is a degenerative disease that affects your brain at multiple levels.
Okay. And so it's a broad spectrum, though, because you have people that might have a mild case or very severe.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the mild case looks like what?
Well, initially, I think the signs that you should really be thinking for is memory loss. Okay, memory loss, not just like, okay, I'm going to the room, I forgot this.
Right.
Is not what dementia really is. Memory loss that really affects your ability to perform on your daily activities is what you're looking for. Okay. The other signs that you should look for, one of them is if your problem solving skills are getting affected. You're getting confused, okay? You're not able to perform the tasks that you were easily able to perform before.
Like making coffee.
Exactly.
Every morning.
Right.
So you go in the kitchen, and it wasn't like, oh, I just forgot where I laid my keys, but it's, I have the cup, but I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with the cup.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so.
Yeah, and then you can be very confused. You will have, the patients usually have problem finding words. You know, when they're trying to speak or write, they have problem finding words that they were very normally, before they could do it just fine, you know. And then those are the top symptoms that you should really be looking for.
Right.
Memory loss, thinking ability is affected, personality changes is one of them too. If you are having any behavioral changes, personality changes, you're becoming very impulsive. Yeah.
Impulsive, and we say a little mean, but is that because they're a little frustrated when they see that they are losing whatever?
Yes.
Because we've seen some personality changes in some of our family members that had.
Yes, yes.
Alzheimer's.
They do get frustrated because, see, for us, feeding ourselves is just a normal process, you know.
Right.
We just grew up learning how to feed ourselves. Now, if that is taken away from us and we have to depend on somebody else for things like that, yes, it's a normal the way they react is they get aggressive or they get frustrated and they become impulsive.
Right, because they want to maintain that independence.
Right,
right.
right.
And so what are you using to treat? We always see the commercials. Let me tell you about those commercials. They'll say, okay, if you have this, we'll give you, you can take this medication, but then for the next 60 seconds it has 500 million side effects.
Right.
So what type of medications are you suggesting to your patients?
So you just touched a very sore part in Alzheimer's world. You know, we have not found a cure for Alzheimer's yet.
Okay.
Yet. Hope is on the horizon, and we are very lucky to be in Columbus. One of the physicians in town is really working towards the research, and we are getting there, but we have still not found a cure. Okay, there are some medications, and I will say that actually there are only 2 medications that will prolong the process, but you really don't have any treatment yet.
Really? So what, those two medications just kind of slow down those symptoms?
Yes, they slow down the process, they do slow down the degeneration that's happening at the neuronal level, and that's how they work. But even so, I have seen on so many of my patients, if it has happened, there is no telling if it's good, and every case is different from another. Yeah.
Right.
So there's really, like, I have a patient with mild disease within a span of 6 months. Even on those medications, his disease has deteriorated to a point where, you know, we had to put him in a nursing home. Yeah.
Really? So you can't really say, you know, where there's 3, 6. A year, 12 months, because each person is different. So one person might get diagnosed today, and it might, I mean, they might just have a mild case for the next 3 years.
Sure.
Someone might have a mild case today, and what you're saying is it could be progressive, and they could be at the end of this in 6 months. So that's kind of hard for families.
Exactly, and for the physicians too, because we don't know what to tell them. That's our biggest frustration right now. A lot of primary care physicians are scared to come to that diagnosis, because once you have that diagnosis, how do you tell the family that we have a diagnosis, we know it, but we don't know what to do about it? You know? So that's why a lot of us, we don't know. We don't feel comfortable making that diagnosis yet, because
and it's very hard for the families. And then, of course, the patient. And then it's a whole new world. As you said, there isn't a cure yet, but there is hope. And so we just have to try to make sure we support the organizations like what you're doing to try to find that cure. And people, the ones that are so common, you know, is cancer. You know, we have all the different cancers, all of the research, all the funding for that, but Alzheimer's is this new thing on the horizon.
It's the 7th leading cause of death in the United States.
7th?
And we are still not, I mean, there's a lot of research going on, and that's why I think awareness is very important. Alzheimer's, I wanted to talk about Alzheimer's Association, and we will get there soon, but there is a lot of awareness that is needed amongst us to know this disease more.
And then try to help the community understand it more, and so we can get more support.
Exactly.
Well, what we're going to do, Dr. Shaw, we're going to take our first break, go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. We'll be right back after a word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, East Burkhalter Avenue, Buena Vista, and Springs Street in Warm Springs. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery, specializing in quality art and framing for all your needs. Original etchings, limited editions, and prints. Call Carlton Dickey today at 706-324-3823 or visit the Art Gallery at 1325 17th Street in Columbus.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Adopting from your shelter makes sense. You get a great friend checked by our vet. They're fixed, all shots, microchipped, all ready to make you and your family's life better. 4900 Milton Road, Columbus. Paws Humane.
Come meet your new best friend and paws humane.
Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the awesome Dr. Shikha Shah. I tell you, you put so much into your patient care. People just have to know you for 15 minutes, and then we know you're this A-type personality. You always want the best. You want people to do their best, and that's a good thing. That's what we need in our physicians. But you are part of the Alzheimer's board here locally. And this is a movement that's a global movement. Share with our audience a little bit about that.
Alzheimer's Association is working at a global level, national level, and then local level. All right. Alzheimer's Association works at two different ways. One is we try to raise funds.
Okay.
And then half of that, I don't know the exact numbers, but
a portion of it, right.
Part of the fund goes for research.
Okay.
There are 2,300 projects that we have sponsored so far through Alzheimer's Association by raising funds. And then there is other part where we try to help and support the family and the patients.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
So all of this money, and last year, in a couple years, of course, you are a professional dancer,
Yes,
credentialed professional dancer, because many of us think we're professional dancers and we're really not. But you actually are a credentialed professional dancer, and for 2 years,
Yes, ma'am.
you dance for the stars,
Yes, ma'am.
and you all raised a lot of money. Yes. So this year, they're going to have that event again here locally, and of course, they have them in other parts, you know, around the country. But part of the proceeds go to research. This is a part that I think is important. And then a portion of it goes to support the families and the patient that has this disease.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. So I know more about the local Alzheimer's Association here. We are located on the River Road, 5156 River Road, and the people over there, I am associated with them for last 3 years. Since 2016, I was a star in 2016, then I was a pro in 2017, and
Right.
this year I'm just a committee member. And the people over there are so welcoming. They always welcome you with a smiling face. They're ready to help. The whole desire, the whole goal of those people is to help.
Is to help.
Yeah.
And to be there for families.
Yes.
Because the families find themselves in a very critical situation and really don't know what to do.
Exactly.
Because it's not like having the cancer diagnosis or a diabetes
Yes.
diagnosis. This thing is different.
Different.
It's really tricky.
Right.
And so they are there to offer those support services, counseling, and just kind of direct the family.
Yes.
Right.
The people like Christina Vogler, David Marlowe, Kay Saunders, Ali Barnett, these are the people I work very closely with. And since last 3 years, my patients, I have sent them there
Right.
for various different reasons. Recently, I had a patient and her husband, the primary caretaker, died.
Really?
Yes. And all I had to do is pick up a phone and just say, hey, David, I need this patient placed in a nursing home.
Really?
I just had to send the family there. They
So
took
the
care of everything.
caregiver of the person with Alzheimer's passed away.
Yes.
And so the family was faced with finding a place
Because
for
she
the person with Alzheimer's because they could not live independently.
Not at
See,
all.
those are things that we don't think about, but that is so important because Alzheimer's, it can touch any family.
Yeah.
It does not discriminate with
No.
race,
Not at all.
social status, or finances,
Nothing.
your income status. It can be anyone, any day, in any family.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so the team at on River Road here in Columbus, they're there to just step in.
Yes, ma'am. So some of the things that we offer at Alzheimer's Association is 24/7 helpline.
Really?
Yes, there is a number that the minute if you have a question anytime of the day, even in the middle of the night, you pick up that number, you call that number, it's a toll-free number, somebody is ready to help you.
Really?
Yes.
Because what we found is that, and this is from some of my family members, they have we call it sundowners or whatever. Then at night, sometimes they get really hyper, agitated, and they want to walk and do all
Wander.
kinds of
Yeah.
things. And so it's good to have that.
That number, and then in the same line, they have services like Medical Alert. You know,
Really?
yes,
Okay.
Medical Alert and Alzheimer's Association also has a safe return. So if
What's safe return?
Safe return is they have a badge.
Okay.
Once you enroll the patient with Alzheimer's Association and this service, then they get a badge. Okay.
Okay.
They can,
so if they get lost, you can find them.
yeah,
Oh, very
anywhere in
good.
the country.
Really?
Yes. There is I think there is a system by which they alert the whole country.
Right. So it's almost like a tracking system.
Yes.
And so if the person, because we see this often in the news, unfortunately, Dr. Shaw, where some elderly person has wandered off. And then we'll see it on the news and they say, look for
Yes.
this 80 or 70-year-old person and they were last seen. And
Yes.
then sometimes it turns out to be good and then sometimes it ends up not a very good thing for the families because they wander, they get lost, and then they're out in the elements and that's just not a good thing. But with this tracking, or what is that called again?
I think it's called a badge.
Okay, it's just a badge, so it's a way to, they can be identified, just like we would have a medical alert.
Yeah.
And so if people see us, you know, then they can help us to get back where we're supposed to
Right,
be.
and then the Alzheimer's Association itself helps you to track that patient. I think it is, I don't know how it is operated honestly, but
Right.
they help you track the patient.
And so is this free to families or
That
is it
part I don't know,
Okay,
unfortunately.
but they
Yeah.
are there and they are available.
Yeah, I think
Right.
all the services are free.
Right, I thought that
For
they
the
are
best
too.
of my knowledge.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up to the dancing event again.
Yes.
It's
ma'am.
held every year
Yes,
in
ma'am.
April.
Yes, ma'am.
Last year, your friend, Dr. Shaw, he's the foot doctor,
Yes,
Shaw,
yes.
not your husband, because
No.
your husband's the cardiologist,
Yes, ma'am.
won the car.
Yes.
How lucky was that? And he was a dancer.
And I'm jealous. I'm still jealous.
So not only did he dance, he really won the car.
Yeah.
And so the raffle is a part of the fundraising too.
Yes, ma'am. So every year, and the most exciting part of this year is that this is our 10th year, and since 2008 we have been doing this, and I've been part of this since 2016. I've totally enjoyed being a star pro. I mean everything. It's an event, a fun way of raising funds for a good cause.
Yes.
Okay. It's a very serious issue. It's a very serious disease. Unfortunately, there's not enough awareness about it, like diabetes or cancer.
Right.
But it's a serious disease. Being a primary care, I know I deal with it, and I have a lot of older population, so I
Right.
know how serious it is. And I mean, we need cure, and that's
And
why
we need support.
We need
so we can
support.
support the
Yeah.
families until we get that cure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, what we're going to do is go to our final break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
We'll be right back after a word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. The Hugel Foundation, enriching the community through Christian music support, community outreach, and the Georgia Through Photography Project. For more information, call B at 706-568-6431. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Best Care, transforming minds and bodies, leading the way in the latest techniques of medical weight loss and wellness. Certified in family medicine and bariatrics, Dr. Blunt is ready to assist in the transformation of your mind and body. Call today, 706-221-6477, or visit bestcarecolumbus.com. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. Kia Chambers School Board at Large, the Gold Star Program. Paving the path to success through academic achievement, student empowerment, leadership development, and citizenship. Encouraging all students to reach for the stars. State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front line for veterans every day. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with my awesome, hardworking friend, Dr. Shikha Shah. I tell you, the families that you serve, I just hear nothing but great things about you.
Oh, thank you.
You always give 110%. I mean, just work, work, work. Always looking for the best in terms of care for your patients. And I really think that you are a wonderful asset to the Alzheimer's Association because you're dealing with it on a daily basis. And we need people at the table that really understand. And of course, in my other life, I was a social worker, so I understand what the team does on River Road. But it's good to have a good physician on board because you can answer questions that families will have that they might be asking the team. And I think that that's a wonderful marriage and combination. So Dancing with the Stars. So last year, how many contestants was it last year? And we had a great time, wonderful dinner, chance to dress up and be among your friends. But how many contestants was it?
I think last year there were 11 or 12. Every year they try from 10 to 13. This year we have 13 contestants.
Really?
Dancing Stars of Columbus. They pick local celebrities.
Okay.
And then they pair them with professional dancers. As you know, last year Dr. Baliga was...
Dr. Baliga. I mean, you all were cool. Your outfits were cool. I really liked it, you know, and you just kind of did a Bali fusion kind of thing. It was really cool. So
thank you.
Yeah.
So again, this year the goal still remains the same. The goal is to raise money for the good cause. But why don't we do it in a fun way? That's the whole idea of Dancing Stars of Columbus. So we are doing it again. We have picked 13 great celebrities, and oh my God, what a dancer they are. We are in for a treat. Yes, yes.
So it's going to be a mix because last year you had a mix of hip hop and jazz type and, you know, traditional and, you know, and so this year we can expect that same thing.
Same thing.
And the dinner?
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better because this is our 10th year, so we are trying to make it a little different. So it's not going to be the same theme that it was before. The venue is different. Last year was River Mill. This year it is Convention and Trade Center.
Okay.
So that's different. And everything else remains the same. You go to the website. The website is act.alz.org. And then you pick your star and you vote for that star. Okay. One vote is $1 and every vote counts. Every vote is important for us.
Oh, I know. Last year it was very competitive. People were like, did you vote? Did you vote? People had their phones out at the table voting. So they go to the website and vote for their star.
Yes. And then you can also buy tickets. I think one ticket per ticket is $150, and then we have different types of tables.
Okay.
And then you just buy a ticket or a table, go for the event on 20th of April this year at 6 p.m. There is dancing, and then we have amazing dinner.
Yes.
And drinks are available.
Right.
And then, they're
and
all
fellowship.
Free. Yes, fellowship.
And you get to network and meet other people that you never met before.
Like-minded. They all want to have fun, but they want to make sure that the money is going for a good cause.
For a good cause.
And then, then we also have after hours where we do, it's freestyle dancing. We all can just hang out, dance. So it's a great event. I'm part of it for 3 years, Gloria, and we have to really thank you. You have really supported us every year since 2016. Every year, in a way, you're helping us, supporting us. You bring us here to this, and I mean, we can't thank you enough either.
Well, thank you so much. And my good friend, Miss Dorothy Simmons, was from my community, I say my village, and her daughter Jeannie Jackson was very active with the Alzheimer's, and of course Miss Dorothy has moved on to the other side, but Jeannie was the one that really said, you know, my mom has this disease, and she was honored to take care of her mother. She did an awesome job, but when I was a college student, her mother tracked me. When I made the dean's list or the president's list, and I came home on a break, she was there to encourage me. So Mrs. Simmons was big on education, and she wanted all the girls to get a college degree, which her children did as well. And so Jeannie Jackson, when her mother first had this disease, is how I really understood, because this was someone that I knew was this vibrant woman that had so much, and then it's like they just fade away. Yeah. And so it's hard for the family, but it's hard for the friends of the family as well, because the person you knew is no longer that person anymore.
Not anymore.
And so it's stressful.
Yes.
So you're dealing with the patient and the family members.
Yes, ma'am. Family member. Dealing with family members is much harder than actually dealing with the patients, because patients really they don't have that much emotions left. They're withdrawn.
Right.
But family members, they have emotions, they are upset, they came to know, but they don't know how to help members. So now you are in the middle of patient and the family.
Right.
That's why Alzheimer's Association comes in handy, because they can take that stress from you.
Right.
And support the
They are
family
the
members.
bridge
Yes.
over that troubled waters.
Yes.
And then when you have multiple siblings and that one parent,
Oh my
Lord,
gosh,
then you
yes,
are
yes,
really in a tough
yes,
place.
yes.
Because you have to all agree on a plan of action.
Yes, ma'am.
And how the treatment will go.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you're wearing a lot of hats with that one.
Yes.
And again, like we said, it's not like the diabetes or the cancer or the hypertension, which you just kind of know.
Yeah.
But with this, we're still learning and just trying to figure it out.
Which way we are going, I don't know.
So let them know where you're located, because you are a subject matter expert, besides being this awesome family physician. And just let them know where you are located. We don't want to run out of time. Make sure we get that.
Okay, so we are located at 2827 Warm Spring Road, Columbus, Georgia 31904. You can also reach us from 706 by calling 706-324-4177.
Okay, and they can get you directly there. And what are your normal days? You're there Monday through Friday.
Yes, ma'am. I work from Monday to Friday. I normally try to take Wednesdays half day, which really does not happen.
That's when you're supposed to catch up on your paperwork,
right?
But it never really works out.
Right. But I love what I do, and Alzheimer's has been a great asset. I'm still learning, but yeah, I'll be.
And this is something you have to have a heart for. And again, you're a volunteer. You're not paid for this. You know, you just want what's best for your patient and for this community.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if you are a full-time physician, you're a full-time mom, wife, and you do it effortlessly, then you still have this time to volunteer to give back to the community. Yes, and that's really what it's all about. We still have to give back. Yes, so I just want to thank you for the awesome work that you're doing. I thank you for your support of me and the things that I'm trying to do in the community. And what we have to do is do more of awareness on this Alzheimer's, and we have to get some things scheduled to get out into the community so you can share the information that you share with us today.
Definitely.
Okay, we'll do that.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
This has been Straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.